All right, meet RocketYourBizAI.com. I'm going to be talking about this website quite a bit coming up because we made it very simple on the front end and we can add to it as we go. But the back end is very cool. It's involved, but clear. Everything is kept clear. This is the difference now between writing like a human or using AI to help you write for conciseness, brevity, to write succinctly but clearly and make sure to hit all the main points. So we've identified three particular offers that we make to everyone, and this is DMLPO related. All right, for all you guys in Decrypt My Leads as position owners, this is all related to that. All right, has everything to do with where we're going, and that has to do with the evolution of how AI brought us along. And you wouldn't have known that getting into positions, and we wouldn't have known it either, because all the AI companies keep this stuff close to their chest until they release it. Then when they do, oh my God, it's just changed the world. You remember, I think I told you guys once, especially way back, for those of you who remember things like the final answer now, right? TFAN. And what did we used to talk about? We used to talk about whoever created SQL, build into it typical language rules, select, from, where, if, when, all these wording, else, current date, time, and stuff like that. So they created basically a language, and you can select something from somewhere where something equals this or is between that and that. And the guys who created it had half a clue how it would be used, but that's it. Because then when people started using all the intricate combinations you could therefore create out of the language, there were so many ideas that people would launch that turned into whole tools that even the guys who created SQL had no idea were coming. Well, AI does that now. It creates results so extraordinary that it's very hard for the human mind to wrap around all the different ways it can be used, right? We're still learning how. And people are telling their stories, and it's amazing what's coming out of it. Anyway, let's get back to this. So I'll give you a simple example. Dominate your market, right? This relates specifically to the idea of positions, right? Take a look at this. Somebody wants to go after exclusive territory, and they understand what the cost would be, and they check the availability. And this, by the way, is the idea of getting one of those 100% AI run businesses that doesn't need any human intervention and handles itself all year long and improves itself all year long. You might check availability in your area, okay? So you're just going through the details and coming to understand what's happening. It's very simple, but very interesting and clear and cool. So now you're going to come down to something like choose your territory. Does this look familiar? All right, so say you're going to choose your territory, whatever it is, flooring installation, okay? Now when you do it, you're going to choose a metro area. Oh, that must make sense too. Mega for huge areas, large for large areas, medium, and this is populations in the area, right? Small. So yeah, we do matching to make this make sense. So if you're to choose something like that, what's it going to tell you? Here's the market size. Here's the competition level for your combination. Okay? Here's the recommended number of assets you should have to really dominate in the market. And this is so that when all these assets are doing their jobs and trying to outcompete the competitors, and they're working together to cover all the angles and all the emotional intent so that they can each laser focus and fill in the gaps and be extremely highly relevant to the searches in Google's eyes for this angle or that angle or that angle, which is perfect. If a guy has this emotional intent and is asking about this facet, then if the whole website is about that, talking to him that way, and then he can call and get answers and so on, that is what he wanted. So when the website is about what that guy's thinking, huge match. And Google knows that the whole topical relevance of the entire website is effectively that, which means the guy can explore within that realm that the guy said he wanted for as long as he decides to hang out on the site. And if that's where he started, this is probably where he wants to go until he buys. Okay. Same thing, all the different angles, all the different emotional intents. So to cover all those combinations properly in your metro area, right? That's the idea, that each of those highly targeted websites is absolutely, its job is to compete with that focal point against the competitors in that area who are usually going too broad. You know, their website covers too many facets. But what if your job is to beat that piece of that website with your entire website being more focused on answering everything instead of just introducing a little bit of it like the competitor does, right? And just always competing. And then this one does the same, and that one does the same, all of them competing constantly all year long with no human involvement. Then this is worth getting into. And so they can do it. They can claim the territory. They can go ahead and get started, and they can decide what they're doing. And they can really adjust, fine tune if they want to go down a little bit, if they want to go up a little bit, whatever they need to do, they can do that. Yep. Oh, 38's at the bottom end of what is recommended for them. Yep. That is smart because they should not buy less than what they intend, right? But if they want to buy less, they won't be able to get exclusive territory reach in their area. That's the idea, is they're buying in at least that far to lock in exclusivity. Anyone can do this with their niche. And it's huge to have, what would that be? That'd be 38 AI-driven businesses that don't sleep, don't go to the bathroom, don't take breaks, don't take weekends off, don't take nights off, don't go to bed. Like I said, don't sleep. Literally constantly at the ready, day and night, to handle anyone in any language. Just they'll be in English naturally. But if anyone calls from the local Chinatown or Little Italy or whatever and prefers to speak in a different language, and they make that clear, the AI assistant will certainly take care of them in their language, right? Still get the money to you. So all of this is absolutely simple and amazing to start. And I'm going to show you something else pretty soon, but I'm just going back through this point. Now, here's the coolest thing about all that stuff, and I want to make this obvious. Whether you go this way, or this way, we're building it so that you can do it in your language. You can do it in your country. You can do it in your metro area of your country. That's what I meant to say. When you look at check availability, I meant to say this. There's going to be a new box here soon for choose your country. And then within that country, choose your metro area. Okay? And even specify your preferred language if there's like dual languages there. Or do you want a split? Do you want some of the websites in this language, some in that? You know, well, naturally split smartly, or you'll just get two sets, you know, in order to pull it off. Isn't that insane? Some people do that. They'll get two sets. Like say you went to Canada. Everyone speaks English and French. Well, most people do in most of Canada. But say you really wanted to cater to both audiences in a country where they prefer the one regional language or the other. Then you might buy a set in this language, a set in that. And that just makes you competitive, even ultra competitive in both. Okay? Nuts, right? I mean, it's really crazy. So everything that we touch here, same thing. What's this? This is guys working out of their homes. This is entrepreneurs. This is guys who have Amazon stores. This is guys who want to drop ship products, services, or they have coaching, or they're selling apps or software, and they need to get people to that destination link where the buying can happen. But they want to educate the market and get them to want to click through. So again, it's we're building up these sites that are primarily information-based, that answer all the questions, that focus on the target niches, but all of them are going to be outfitted in such a way that they've got like banner ads, call to actions that suggest clicking here to grab one of these if you're interested. You know, and that'll be your thing, right? Or things if you have more than one. So you can get 2, 3, 4, 5 related items that relate to that thing. Build your stack of sites that are all these silos for the different angles and the different emotional intents in whatever your areas. If you go nationwide, we automatically pick proper metro areas, and depending on your order, we automatically start filling them in smart ways. So they're larger metro areas, and we just see how many sites you get And then we start building from there based on the number of sites you get. Because yes, you can absolutely also choose how many sites you want. Okay. And that is awesome. Okay. Now what? Supercharge your team. That's for getting the key employees outfitted with dedicated employee teams that back them up in everything they do so that they can do about 20 times the work for half the effort. A lot less sweat, a lot less effort. And if they forgot that report at 3 in the morning, that they need to create the PowerPoint presentation for the meeting at 10 a.m., they can just wake up and call their team and say, hey, I need help. I need this presentation based on the data you have so that I can present it to the team. The numbers for last quarter, whatever. Can you do that PowerPoint presentation for me? Make sure to hit this point and that point and that point. This is the overarching topic. Don't talk about that. Am I missing anything? Oh, yeah, and that. Make sure that's in there. Yes. Okay, that's it. You got it? All right, thanks. And then you just go back to bed because you did your work. You're going to wake up to that PowerPoint presentation. Oh, yeah, email it to me at, whatever it is, or put it in the Google Drive folder. And then that's it. You just hang up. You go back to bed. Sleep comfortably, knowing you remembered to do your job. That is, tell your team to do the job. And present it in whatever the language was you wanted it in. They could have done the PowerPoint presentation in Cantonese because you're going to send it to those guys. So you could say, produce one in English and then create a translation in Cantonese and another one in French for the 2 guys that we send these to, for their teams. And how's that for cool? And then you go back to bed, wake up comfortably in the morning, check your email or check the drive folder. There it is. Kind of flip through it and memorize it before you go into the meeting to present it. Yes, this can be in any language. Yes, these can be hosted anywhere around the world. Yes, these can be hosted anywhere around the world in any language. And these can feel local. And this will feel local for whatever areas we're pitching if there's a reason. Selling mattresses in Phoenix. Okay, we're going to make it sound local if that's the idea, that you're drop shipping mattresses that are available from mattress shops in Phoenix or that deliver to Phoenix. Yeah. All this is explained crystal clear and very simple. People don't have to read. They just have to understand the point. Okay? And then just get going. And then they can come back and get something else. Some guys are going to want this. They're also going to want that. And then maybe if they're hobbying on the side of their business, they might want to get into this just for themselves. You get it? Some people are just going to want these two, right? So they can build these up. And when they get signed in on the dashboard, there's a lot happening in there. And there's a referral system. There's so much happening here. It's insane. You know how crazy we got for the orders too? Like, remember what I said is when they place their order and they get their businesses, they can make a phone call, right? I'm going to show you in the next video how simple we got that now. It's so amazing. I don't know what to say. You can be 1 minute setting it up, about 2 more reviewing and adjusting, and then submit. And that was all the work you had to do for a year to get all of your businesses to operate. All you have to do is support them by the month, But you don't need to get involved, right? You just set and forget. It's the idea of setting and forgetting something that is alive and moving, trying to benefit you with all of its might against all your competitors as smart as it can be done. And yes, what we do from the back end is feed in the extra tools and benefits to the systems for everyone so that the AI businesses themselves see what's new, implement it, and use it to keep moving forward at a better and better and better rate the entire time. It blossoms. So if we create AI video testimonials and we come up for a standard that fits within the subscription that somebody's making, we'll create the rules, set that into the system, and then videos like the ones I was just showing you in the last couple of videos I made, like talking, the testimonial style videos in different languages, will get generated 100% automatically by AI and added into the sites in the right places. And if there's supposed to be training videos, they'll be added into the right pages that cover the training topics. If they're comparison videos, training videos, consulting videos, intro videos, whatever it is, the purposes are, as we unfold that into the systems in the back end, the systems will grab a hold and naturally start doing with that automatically. And if that means putting videos out to the open market, if that means going, whether it's through social media or whether it's going through emails, cold or warm, to prospects or partners, I mean, all that can be integrated. And so this is getting really crazy. Okay, I'm going to break this video off here. Keep watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. This is nuts.